Hey Amanda, can you hear me okay? Hey Punky, just trying to make sure the audio's okay. Obviously, I'm not the best judge of that. Hey Scooter, very low, okay. Is this any better? Like I said, I can't really judge how I sound to you, so... Is it good enough, or is it just better? Alright, a little more. That's almost maximum. Sorry if there's a hum in the background. I have my fan on because it's humid in here. Not so much outside, but for some reason in my area it's very humid. So audio is crackling. Is it crackling or is it just a fan in the background? Yeah, sorry about the fan. Like I said, it's humid in here, so... I can try and point it away a little, but... Dang it, where the hell is the pop-out chat? All of a sudden it's gone. Let me try and move the fan a little bit. It's not pointing directly at it as much now. Yeah, unfortunately I can only move it so much, because otherwise it's not going to hit me at all. So how's everybody doing? Trying to get the chat pop out here, and of course it doesn't want to behave. Probably have to log into my own channel to do it. Let's see. Get this popping up. Okay, so that's muted, so let's try and... There it is, pop-out chat. Now I can see you guys. The chat that's in the OBS is really small to me, so... But then again, I've got everything spread across 4 monitors. Hey, D-Gen, what's up, brother? How's it going? I know Andrew's live restreaming Connie, and I didn't want to step on his stream, but I know sometimes his streams, they go 10 hours long, so I figured, what the heck, he won't mind. I know I missed the beginning of AC and Asmar's show last night because I was dealing with some family stuff, but, I know they started to cover all the crap with PDF and What's Truth and all that nonsense that was going on. I mean, Connie, I'm just so sick and tired of him, and I still don't understand why people keep what's the word? Enabling him. Hey, Conspiracy Media, what's going on, man? Conspiracy Media, if you guys aren't subbed to him, he does a lot of like guitars and he gets on the karaoke channels and he's really good from what everybody says. I've only heard him a little bit because when I try to listen to straight guitar in these headphones, it hurts my ears a lot. Somebody got into... Yeah, see, I've known Lisa quite a long time, and yeah, I don't believe that Lisa just gave out numbers. So if somebody somehow got her contact list, I mean, which is entirely possible. Let's face it, this is the digital age. It's not that hard. You know more than a couple chords, dude. From what everybody says, you're really good. Hey, Six Banger. But, yeah, I don't believe Lisa would just give out numbers. So, beyond that, I have no idea. Like I said, I missed the beginning of that show, so I really don't know everything that went on then. But I know that there was the issue with PDF posting What's Truth's family, the image. And, let's face it, people. Yeah, they may have their family images on their channels. We all know that. We all understand fair use. We all get that. It's the morality of it. He's sitting there preaching all this, what about the kids? Save the kids, don't let the kids see stuff. And then he goes and posts people's kids. I mean, seriously. Yeah, Amanda, I'm sick of him too, but the reality is he's not going away. So, I mean, he's still posting crap that he shouldn't be posting. Lies or kids, shit he should not be posting. I don't care how legal it is. I would never just go get somebody's family image and start posting it with their little children all over my channel and then say they're my adopted family and all that crap. Especially the whole, what was it, the whole the reference to that movie, I Love You Long Time, or You Love Me Long Time, whatever. Been a long time since I've seen the movie, but that is indeed a very sexual reference. And, hey, look, it's Insane Wayne, the little whiner. It's PDF's pole rider. Look at that. He thinks by calling himself UK, people won't know it's him. Here's the funny part, guys. He was trying basically trying to diss me last night in AC stream by saying I can't hear. That was his big attack on me, guys. I'm so hurt. I don't know what I will ever do. He said I can't hear. Are you kidding? You're supposed to be some big jacked up homie from Chi-Town, and the best you could come up with is I can't hear? Something I've been saying for 15 years on YouTube? Oh, I know. Insane Wayne loves to talk about kids and mess with kids, and yeah, I know. That's why he's such a piece of shit. Him and PDF like to get together, behind the scenes and listen in on each other while they're trying to talk shit on panels. Yeah, I remember that, 13. We all know 2 Live Crew wasn't exactly for kids. But, so everybody say hi to Insane Wayne. He said I can't hear. That's his big diss on me. It's just like PDF's big attack on me is I use complete sentences and paragraphs. Oh no, whatever will I do? I use words. Yeah, I know conspiracy. It's been forever, man. I used to jam to that, Abraham Lincoln was a good old man. I love that one. But yeah, I mean, I know people are getting sick of the whole Connie shit, and they're getting sick of the whole PDF shit. And, the reality is they're just pathetic headaches that are going to be around, and we still have to deal with them. And so why not have fun with them? I mean, what the hell? PDF keeps claiming all this law stuff, Mr. Legal expert over there, but yet he doesn't read. That's the funny part. He tells everybody they need to go read the laws, but he doesn't read. Figure that one out. He literally throws a fit if he has to read anything. What's up, JB? I mean, seriously, like that whole video he did on me that he put on all of his channels, it's like if you take everything I typed out and you put it into like a novel, like a regular old novel-sized page, it was like a page and a half. And yet he threw a fit over it. I mean, seriously? I mean, is he that bad he can't read a page and a half of a novel? It's so detrimental to him? Hey, Indiana. That's what I mean, though. That's his big attack on me, is that I literally use sentences and paragraphs, and that's his attack. And then his little losers are trying to leave comments, like trying to attack me as if that's somehow gonna hurt my feelings because I used paragraphs. Like Insane Wayne saying I can't hear. I mean, this is the best they got. Like Mars does better than that. That's saying something. Mars Life does better than that. That's how sad it is. Six Banger, there's no avoiding it, man. You can either ride it, you can laugh at it, or you can let it get to you. I like to laugh at it. I know, G-Jan, what was I thinking, man? What was I thinking? I used words, I used paragraphs. What the hell was I thinking? I know everybody's trying to ride Rue. I get that. I understand some people got issues with her. But me personally, I got no issue with Rue. I like Rue. I liked her streams. I like talking to her. I got no issue with her. I know that there was she got trolled. Everybody knows this. She felt very hurt and betrayed, and yes, she did go on a rant. We all get that. We all know that. So, I mean, yeah, I understand. She said some stuff that she shouldn't have said. We all know that. Can any one of you sit there and tell me you've never gotten mad and said something you didn't mean? You said it out of anger? I mean, give the woman a break, I talked to her offline, guys. That's what you don't understand. During that whole fiasco, when she was being attacked, I was talking to her offline, and she genuinely felt betrayed. Like people were going after her family. I would have been I have been just as upset because people have tried that shit with me. I've been through that ringer. So, I'm sorry, but I personally like her. I got no issues with Rue. I mean, to each their own. Some of my buddies, Jamie, AC, Asmar, all of them, some of them have issues with her, some don't. That's what I mean. I don't gatekeep. I'm not going to sit here and tell you because you like her or you don't like her that you can't come here. Everybody's welcome here until they're not. Now, I don't cater to that whole, this is free speech shit. I really don't care. This is my channel, not a public sidewalk. So, If I don't like what you say, you're gone. That's as simple as that. But I try to give everybody a chance, no matter how bad they are. I mean, look at the whole Poor Bombers Be Gone. Obviously one of PDF's little minions, if not him himself. But the reality is, I don't gatekeep. Yeah, Albert, I'm pretty much the same way, man. Well, Spooky, that's just it, though, man. I don't know if you're a parent or not, but when somebody goes after my kids, even if it's just a troll, before I got used to this all, years and years ago, back when, this wasn't big years ago. You didn't have a big troll community or none of that shit. Back then, when somebody brought up my kids, I immediately saw red. That was my first instinct. You brought up my kids, I saw red. You don't mess with my kids. I don't care. Mess with me all you want. You go after my kids, we're going to have issues. And she felt like somebody was going after her son, her child. I don't blame her at all. Not even a little. Joe Cool, man. Did you forget my wife isn't white? Come on now. Exactly, DJ. That was funny though, Joe. Good try, but my wife would probably just beat you up. You haven't met my wife, man. Well, exactly, Amanda. I mean, you're well aware that not everybody cares for you. You know it. Not everybody cares for me. Plenty of people hate me. Plenty of people try to, they try to troll me, but the funny thing is they try to troll me with shit that didn't work 4 years ago. But they still try it now. That's what's funny. It's like, okay, I've been laughing at that shit for over 4 years now. Can't you think of something new? Yes, I have a wife. I've had a wife. We were just separated for a long time. Now we're working on fixing it. She gets all the time in the world that she wants to try to fix it. So, I know I screwed up. I admit it. I wasn't the best husband. I know that. No, see, Wayne, unlike you, I'm not gay. I wouldn't have a problem with it, though. I mean, my mother was a lesbian. A very, very big gay rights activist. That's the reason I got into activism. Way before there was a YouTube. I mean, hell, that was before the internet existed when I first got into it. Wayne is one of those people, guys, that he's so gay, he tries to act like a homophobe because he's afraid everybody will know it. It's like, dude, just step out of the closet, man. We know. You and PDF got a thing going on. We know it. Accept it. Yeah, Spooky, I mean, it is what it is. There was one day I came on here and everything about her was gone. Her channels were gone. Her email address was gone. I thought she was done. Honestly, I thought she decided to walk away from all this, which is her choice. Then I saw her in a stream yesterday, and I believe it was Rada's. And I was just surprised to see her. I think it was Rada's. I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that. But I think it was. And I was like, well, hey, there's Rue. I'm glad to see her. Like I said, I like her. Albert, I tried that for years, man. It didn't work so well. Oh, I know, D-Gen. Man, I would love to go back to the IRC days, man. That was the shit back then. That was back when you had to have a brain. You know, nowadays people call themselves hackers just because they can get on a website and use a tool. Exactly, Amanda. Speaking of which, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all care or not, but I'm putting channel memberships on my channel. Whether you like it or not, I really don't care. But I'm doing channel memberships. They're going to be cheap. It's just going to be, you know, the whole exclusive content, exclusive streams, stuff like that. I'm not allowed to say if you're a member, you're automatically entered in giveaways or anything like that. You're not allowed to say any of that. But I did sign up for it, and they did approve it. So now I just got to finish the setup process and go from there. But hey, I mean, hey, if people want to be members of my channel, great. I appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. So I'm going to try to finish it soon. I mean, I'm going to see if my daughter wants to create the custom icons for it. But I'm not, you know, just depends on if she has the time. Oh, come on, Albert. You don't want to see me on a pole, bare ass? Man, I could spin. I watched some of Elijah's videos, and I'm like, man, I could do that. I'd probably bust my ass, but I'll try. Exactly, DJ. And I missed the programming challenges. I used to love that, man, going head-to-head on programming. I mean, granted, it started to move into the malicious side of things, and, you know, that's where a lot of hacking tools came from. But it was still fun. And we used to just start with simple shit. You know, create a program that uses sockets. Then create a program that uses a secure socket layer. You know, and it was just kind of, it blossomed from there. I'm still pissed though, man. You know, the MIRC scripting language, that was my freaking recursive descent parser, man. Want to hijack people, all the people that contributed to that, all of us. He took all our names off it. Oh man, and there had to be a good dozen of us. That ticked me off, man. But that was a fun challenge. That was probably the third recursive descent parser I ever made. Well, that's how you did it, Mick. IRC was, you didn't hide your address. I mean, that's why back then there was no VPNs. Back then we called them BNCs. Way back on FNet, we used to sit there and say, man, all of our IP addresses are available. You know, anybody could see them. What can we do? And since we had our botnets, obviously we had access to a lot of different servers. So a bunch of people got together and we created the first BNC, which is just a bounce. That's what we called it originally. People would bounce off of one server to another, so you had a different IP when you ultimately hit the servers. But eventually, you know, other people took over that technology and they bettered it dramatically and created the VPNs. And those people have done great. I mean, some of the VPNs are really good. What's up, Flash? You know, I am what I am, man. People like it or they don't. You know, I've gotten to the stage where I just don't care. You know, this whole PDF shit, this whole Connie shit, I don't care what they say about me. Connie thought he was cute in ACs last night. I booted him, and I'm like, you know what? This one's on me. I didn't even have to pay the $5 because you know what? It was me. So I booted him, and he came back like 2 minutes later with one of his sock accounts. And he tried to act all big and bad like he circumvented my timing him out. And I'm like, yeah, nobody knew Connie would come back with a sock account. Seriously? That's like Insane Wayne saying, "Oh, you have hearing problems." Like that's supposed to get to me? Seriously? It's like Mars. Have you ever noticed, you watch Mars, anything and everything qualifies as a fraud to him. Like somebody could give you a flower they picked off of the sidewalk, and he's going to say you're a fraud because you got that flower for free, or because somebody gave it to you. You're a fraud. That's literally how that moron's brain thinks. I don't care, accident or not, man. He's not that far off. So he can think and comprehend that that's not fraud. It's just like I post my my Cash App. It's right there, top left corner. All y'all can see it. He calls me a fraud because it's on the screen. Like, really? I'm a fraud because I put it on the screen? That's the kind of fools we got on here, man. That's the level trolling is sunk to. Where you going, Albert? Yeah, well, DGen, man, at least you got, some decent views and stuff going, man. My channel, honestly, I never really focused on getting a shit ton of views. I mean, most people that are monetized, honestly, they make way more than I do. In the history that I've been monetized, there's people like, what's his name, Jeff. He makes more money in like 6 hours from ad revenue. Well, I won't say 6 hours. I mean, it depends on if he releases a new video or not. But, he has the potential to make more money in like 6 hours from a new release than my channel has made in the entire history of being monetized. Sorry. The wife was texting. I have to answer. Yeah, I know, DGen. I mean, I cared about getting, subs to a certain extent. But it was also back then, you had to have a certain number of subs to even live stream. Now they've changed it so you only need like 50 subs or some shit. Spooky, that's just the start of it, man. I was just, honestly, when I first started this stream, my entire thought process was going after freaking PDF about, messing with What's Truth and Tiffany and their kids. Mr. preaching all about kids and save the kids and all that shit, and then he's gonna go and post that stuff? Hey, Fancy Adam, what's up, man? I thought you'd been here before, man. Yeah, DJ, and I remember when you first came around, man. Honestly, I did not like your channel. It was just, I was so sucked into all that auditing was the right thing to do and all that. And of course, you were showing stuff. My biggest thing was you were calling us sobsits when that was like an uber insult to us. Because, we weren't. But of course, as time went on and the auditing movement died, it was just like, yeah, DN's channel makes a lot more sense now. What's up, Steve? What's up, Zoom? But, I mean, did I miss anything like the beginning of this AC stream last night? Like the whole What's Truth stuff? I mean, I know Tiffany and What's Truth said that they didn't care so much that he used the picture, but that it had their children in it after all the preaching he did about children. Hold on, I have to scroll back a second. Oh, yeah, I did miss that. Damn, I sure did. Hey, Ozzy. What's up? Well, that's the thing, Amanda. I hate freaking going back and rewatching streams. I mean, because most of the time I can't hear the people, especially when they're talking over each other and shit. So my focus is usually the chat, and when I can't interact with the chat, it just makes it that much more annoying. Most of those videos, even when I rewatch them, even no matter how many times I run them through closed captioning or any of that, I can't get everything. I mean, I know a lot of you guys say that you can't even understand them when they're stomping all over each other. Kind of like when What's-Her-Face came up later in the night. Essence. What's up, Taze? What's up, Trinity? What's going on? You're right, D-Gen, but at the time I wasn't seeing that. Back then, of course, the mentality was auditing is right, no matter what. But of course, back then, there wasn't a shit ton of auditors or fake auditors running around ruining everything we had worked for. DJ, it pissed him off. Well, look at you now, man. You're pushing 70,000 subscribers, man. That's awesome. Honestly, I wish I had that many. Taze, he doesn't drive, he travels. He's got paper license plates. Yeah, see, that's what I find interesting. I mean, nothing against Bless, but I don't really see her as the phone hacker type. So, that's where it's like, I mean, there's, obviously, we all know people have been impersonating each other left and right. How many freaking fake Bryans are there out there? Come on. Oh, fine, Amanda, leave. I see how you are. It's just, it's the same shit day in and day out, like with Connie. Every day, he's online, saying he's a member of a community, saying all these lies. And then it turns into a, weed begging marathon. It's the same shit. So that's why I was like, you know, let's see what else other people want to see. I mean, I know y'all don't want to see me just swinging a hammer all damn day out at the forge or anything. So, D-Gen's pretty much got the subset side of stuff covered. Well, Taze, yes, but are you traveling? Or are you just running? I think you need a license to run. And if anybody wants to come up, I can post a link. I mean, I don't think anybody really cares, but so anybody knows, I mean, I'll probably just leave up the blocker, though, because frankly, I don't feel like dealing with that. Isn't that a song, Cody? If I only had a hammer? Something like that. Yeah, I know, Cheeky. That's what's... He's always been that way, though. Well, yeah, Taze, but it's like... People don't realize how long that actually takes. Like, when I'm out at the forge, it takes hours just to get a basic shape of a blade. Especially when you're doing large blades. You know, something with like a 12-inch cutting edge. It takes a long time. And then if I'm down at the grinders, I don't have like most blacksmiths, they have a really, really, really good grinder. Something like a 2-inch by 72-inch belt grinder with like a 2 or a 3 horsepower motor. They can shape a blade literally in like 1/80th the time or some shit that it takes me. My strongest belt grinder only has a 3/4 horsepower motor. So it takes a whole lot longer to shape. Well, yeah, then that would be a premiere, Taze. I mean, that's not exactly the same as me sitting here. I mean, you trying to say you don't want to shoot the breeze with me? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that how you feel, Taze? That's just mean. But I'm just saying, you know, I've considered doing the whole, you know, doing a forging stream or any of that. You would if you could learn from it. Yeah, but there's plenty of other things I'd like to teach, but of course I wouldn't want that on camera. I know, Taze, I've watched them too, but I mean, you're aware, those take hours. Dude, you already had one, I could be. You've had one a long time. Probably like since 3 or 4 streams ago. Haha. See, if I had I Could Be's man cave, I could probably shell them out a lot faster. I mean, if any of y'all got like a 2 or 3 horsepower motor laying around, you know, a 120 volt motor, I got most of the stuff to build a new grinder. I just don't have the motor controller, or the drive wheel. But, I mean, people wonder why it takes me, you know, realistically, it can take, depending on how many projects I got going, It can take 8 to 12 weeks to make one blade, partially because I'm limited both health-wise and tool-wise, but it's also, I don't rush. I don't want to give out or, provide low quality. I will sit there when it gets to the final stages, it's all done by hand. I'll hand sand it, I'll hand sharpen it, I use Japanese whetstones for sharpening. I don't just throw it on the grinder and then call it a day. I try to give the customer exactly what they want. Cheeky, yeah, the washing machine motors, my wife has one laying around. I gotta get it out of the washer. But I'm not sure what kind of power it's got. That's just it. I tried looking them up, and there's such a wide range that was used. So I won't know until I actually pull the motor and look up the numbers. But it's one of those things I just keep forgetting to ask her about. That, hey, can I come strip that motor out of the washer? Even then, I still need a motor controller, and I need a drive wheel. I don't have a lathe, so I can't just whip up a drive wheel, But that's like your most crucial wheel on the entire belt grinder. That's just mean, Taze. Yeah, I told my wife about Rick Crude before. I'm like, there's this asshole just sits there with a Nazi flag behind him. I'm like, I can't believe YouTube still lets that idiot even on. Sharp little chicken knife. What the hell's a chicken knife? I have a mini lathe I bought, but it's like just like a tabletop lathe, I believe it's just a 24 volt 775 motor on it, if I remember right. Nothing fancy. I could never do a drive wheel on it, but it's good for doing like pin stock for knives or any of that stuff. Well, see, doing kitchen knives is not. Obviously, that doesn't take as long. But kitchen knives, they're hard in their own right. Because I typically use high carbon steel. I don't use stainless steel. Now, obviously, everybody knows kitchen knives are used with water and wet foods and all that. And I don't have the ability to use stainless steel. Stainless steel requires insanely high temperature with insanely low temperature to harden it. It's not something every blacksmith does. That's why you rarely see it used. If you ever even watch that show Forged in Fire, I don't think they've ever used stainless steel. I believe I've seen every episode, and I don't think they've ever once used stainless steel. So if I make a kitchen knife, I have to tell the person, you cannot, if you wet it to wash it or whatever, you have to immediately dry it. You cannot let it sit in moisture because it will rust. High carbon steel rusts. It's unavoidable no matter what. People don't realize that. They'll spend $1,500, $2,000 on a blade and wonder why it rusted. Mexican, I don't know if you were in AC's last night, but PDF was posting pictures of What Truth's family, including his little kids. Now, obviously, the issue wasn't that he had access to the picture, because they posted it themselves on their family channel, but it was that he's preaching about children and then posts pictures of children. No, you don't. You never use Rust-Oleum on kitchen knives. You use a mineral spirits based spray or something like that, or like vegetable oil. If you coat it with vegetable oil, it'll prevent rust, but a lot of people forget to keep up with that. So all of a sudden they strip all the oil off of it, put it away, go to use it a month later and wonder why there's specks of rust on it. Then I get yelled at, and I'm like, I told you, it's high carbon steel. It's not stainless steel. It will rust. Oh, shut up, Cheeky. Even my wife, see, my wife loves to do tinkering with stuff too. I got her the same little desktop lathe I got, but she's getting into things like jewelry making and, knick-knack stuff, stuff like that, using polymer clay. And it's funny, she doesn't realize how good she is at it. She's got a natural talent for it. She just works so damn much, it's hard for her to get the time to do it. Taze, you're not in commerce. Oh, I love the sob said shit. Everybody noticed that Insane Wayne went running off? He made one comment and ran away. Am I the only one that noticed that? He probably realized, I admit, I have a hearing problem. I took away his ammunition. I have a hearing problem, Wayne. Oh no. Whatever will I do? What's funny was PDF brought that up. In his one video about me, he's like, oh, well, Brian was on a panel on ACs, but he always told me he couldn't come on a panel because he couldn't hear. But yet PDF was on my panel, the initial panel I did, after I got my hands on these headphones that allow me to hear better because they cover my whole ear and they have independent volume control. So I'm able to hear, just not great. So it's kind of one of those, I still miss tones, I still miss words, and especially if people are talking over each other, I miss a lot more. But still. Flash, last I knew, which was days ago now at least, as far as I knew, his TRO was rejected. I thought I saw 303 do a stream that said we win or something like that. Well, see, Cheeky, that's why my entire channel, absolutely my entire channel, is flagged as not for children. So I don't have to worry about it. My entire channel is flagged that way. So every stream I do, every video I post, all of it is not for children. So it is up to the parents now to make sure their children are not sneaking and watching any of my videos, because mine are marked as not for children. That's why YouTube added that flag. It used to be you had to go to every individual video and do that. Now you could set your entire channel that way. I think Cody's drunk or something. Just like saying random stuff. Well, I mean, like a TRO freaking matters. 303 can still stand at the other end of the parking lot and say that's a child pedophile. So, who cares? You know, the court needs to see all the lies Mouse said about him putting his hand on his gun and all that. That was a lie. I'm not wrong. See, that's the wonderful thing about being able to just talk to YouTube. I don't have any content on my channel that requires an 18+ flag. But there are curse words on my channel, things like that, that qualify for the not for children. Nothing on my channel requires 18 plus, adults only. I'm only required to cover not for children because I say things like shit. So that's why it doesn't matter on my channel. There is no nudity, there is no sexual content of any kind, you know, none of that. So I don't have to worry about that. That's my point. I didn't have to go to every single video and say, oh, there's curse words, not for children, or 18 plus. I didn't have to do that. Well, Cheeky, you know damn well eventually he'll get it served, but again, 303 doesn't care. It's not like Mouse is the only freaking offender that he can deal with. You love a challenge. Congratulations. Which is fine, Lou, because my channel has nothing that requires 18 plus. I only have to cover things that, like I said, like a PG-14 movie would have. Like curse words. No, I don't. Not at all. Not one bit. Don't have to worry about it in the least. But you can keep thinking that if you want. It's still funny. I didn't set it for 18. Wow. Geez, you're freaking dense. Pay attention. I never said I set it to 18 plus. I said it to not for children. Holy crap. Gotta be one of PDF's little freaking whatever you want to call them. No, it's up to the parent. You obviously have no idea what you're talking about. I'm wrong in so many ways, huh? Wow. Well, thanks for sharing. I don't care. Meanwhile, back here in reality, YouTube has reviewed everything I've ever made. Every single solitary video, every live stream, everything I've ever done. They all said, your channel's fine. You said it is not for children. Nothing on your channel requires 18 plus. You're wrong again. Ever seen any of those breastfeeding channels? That all falls under sexual content. They just mark it as educational. That's what allows them to skate by with it. But it still requires an 18 plus. Manly. I love when people just say, Brian, I don't know how to respond to that. Am I supposed to say hi? I know, Spooky, but it's funny. I love when people do this. I love when people think they're right and try to tell me I'm wrong about my channel when I've already been through all this with YouTube. That's why my channel is still monetized. That's why all the videos that I set as fully monetized are still monetized. It's specifically because I don't have to worry about that. Cody, I really don't know how to interpret that. Are you talking about, you know, on the receiving end? What, Landley? You've given me what? I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't mention your name at all or anything. Obviously, this Cypher person hasn't been on YouTube long and has never spoken to YouTube or never built a channel or any of that. The great thing is YouTube also allows you to do a live chat, so if you have a concern about a video, all you have to do is talk to a YouTube moderator. I'm delusional, yep, I'm delusional. I'm the one that has the monetized channel that has no problems, but I'm delusional. Funny how that works, huh? I just realized I'm on top chat. I didn't even realize I didn't switch that to live chat. See, that's something they need to fix. They need to default it to live chat. Landley, what are you talking about? I have not talked about you, not mentioned your name, not talked about any donations or anything that you and I have ever had any association with in the past or any of that. Is somebody trying to feed you lies? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. If you have a concern, you have my number, but I have not brought your name up at all. I don't have to ask them anything. What part of my channel's already been reviewed? Do you not understand? Of course it's a sock account, Cheeky. People always use sock accounts when they want to try and talk crap, but they're afraid to be known. The person thinks they're just going to try and get me worked up or some crap, and I just sit here and laugh about it. There's a reason why my channel has been monetized for years, and it still is. I don't call anybody. That can't be the real Lan Lee. Lan Lee knows I don't call people. Lan Lee also knows if she had a problem with me, she could have just texted me. So, I have no idea who that is, but that's not Lan Lee. What's up, Maniac? Yeah, I could be, or it could be someone that got access to her account. My point is, she's had my number for years, and she knows if she had a problem, she could have just contacted me. I have no idea what she's talking about. I haven't even brought up her name. I have no clue what she's talking about. My lame-ass content, huh? Apparently my lame-ass content is so good you watched it. Funny thing is, yes, they have watched it, because I clicked the whole request manual review. Don't block her. At any rate, well, yes. Yeah, see, YouTube did this wonderful thing about a year and a half ago when they introduced the Not for Children flag. And they went through channels like mine and they marked all the videos as not monetized, request review. Which I went through and clicked manual review, manual review, manual review. I also selected Not for Children for my entire channel. Okay, you can keep believing that all you want. Go for it. Have fun. I find it hilarious. I love when people think they know what they're talking about. I've actually talked to YouTube about it. That's the funny thing. Okay, that really is her, and apparently there was a misunderstanding because I never brought her up at all. Yeah, well, Landley, you know how it is with people. I know that you've helped tons of people, so I've watched you help tons of people, but hey, Pinder, what's going on, man? You know, whether or not, I see that's just it. I think that's stupid as hell, Whether or not somebody wants to support somebody else, that's not my decision. I don't have to agree with it. But that doesn't mean I have to hate the person. I can tell them that their decision is a bad one, in my opinion. But I'm not going to hate people, especially people that have been around for many, many years and have done many things. And just because they supposedly support someone, or that doesn't mean they support their actions or their past or any of that. That falls right under that whole gatekeeping stuff. I can sit here and tell Lan Lee, I don't agree with her supporting certain people till I'm blue in the face. But the point is, she's never been bad to me. She's never done anything wrong to me. She never did anything wrong to my channel. And I personally witnessed her help many people. I don't know everything she's done. I honestly don't. I'm not her keeper. I don't watch. I'm not spying on her and watching everything she's ever done. So no, I have no clue whether or not she's done things that people have accused her of. I've also asked for proof from many people and received none. Or I've received edited videos. So it's kind of like, who do you believe? The person you got the video from? Or the person the video is about? Or the rumors that are going around? How do you decide? I could be. Like I said, I can say that till I'm blue in the face. But people are jumping on me because she's in my chat. She never did anything wrong to me. It's not like I'm sitting here saying Lan Li should be queen of the world. Or everything Lan Li does is correct. I mean, just like you, I could be. Frankly, I don't agree with everything you do. I don't agree with everything you say. She admitted what, though? I could be. I've never seen her admit whatever it is you're talking about. Honestly, I've seen... Lan Li knows. I've told her before, a long time ago. People have said so many things about her. I don't know what's true and what's not anymore. And a lot of the people I've asked for proof from. Hey, Nevaeh, what's going on? Well, see, now, again, there you go. Okay, people bring up the News Now Houston topic. It comes up all the frickin' time. Okay? Now, people say they believe in the U.S. Constitution. They believe in U.S. law. They support police. All those things, right? So, people say that. Now... technically, if you really want to be technical about it, and I'm speaking from a technical perspective, my God, but he has not been convicted of the stuff related to his daughter. Right? Everybody knows that. So, if you go by the belief in the U.S. law system, everybody is innocent until proven guilty in the eyes of the law. So, as far as his past, where he was convicted, I've told him flat out, I don't agree with his past. I don't. I would, I don't support it at all. I don't think it was a good thing. Nothing about that at all. I've told him flat out, what I respected about David Earl, whatever you want to call him, was what he did for auditing. There's no denying that what he did for auditing. Now, yeah, a lot of that was before his record was known. That was the News Now Houston I knew, before the record was ever known. So, yeah, I respected what he did for auditing before his record was ever known. I've also told him directly to him, if he is convicted of assaulting his daughter at all, I better not ever meet him. Because I won't hesitate. I don't know. Child offenders, they are the lowest of the low in my eyes. That's my point. So, if he is convicted, I damn sure better not ever meet the man. But right now, he's not convicted of that particular offense. So I'm not going to call him a child offender when he's not legally convicted of a child offense. As far as the original charges, absolutely, he was convicted. That's exactly who he is. That's what he is. Everybody knows that. Many of us didn't find that out until years after we got to know him. I was literally I knew him for at least, I'd say, 3 years before I ever saw a hint of his record. A lot of us were like that. Pink, Camera Magic, all of us, we knew a different News Now Houston than a lot of you guys knew, only because we knew him before the record was exposed. Oh, nothing gives me authority to be the Punisher. I'd probably get arrested and go to jail for hitting him or whatever. And that would be the legal recourse. I didn't say that gives me authority at all. But I said that's how I feel. Never said that gives me authority to do a damn thing. Oh, I agree, Taze. I never said that I would invite him over and let him hang out with my wife and kids. Ever. You know, and that's another thing. I have seen at least, I would say at least 3 or 4 different versions of the record. That's why I started making calls myself and requesting information myself. And the bottom line was what I learned about his original charge was appalling. And definitely not somebody that I want to hang out with or support. I support what he's done for auditing. That part of it. Again, that was stuff I knew before I ever saw his record. Oh yeah, I barely leave the house, yeah. Keep riding that one. I never leave the house. I don't know about my channel. Blah, 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 blah. God, you are dense. Holy crap. Well, see, Maniac, that's just it. There's public information if you do the research yourself. Yes, absolutely. But that's why I say don't go by just what people are giving you from frickin' YouTube chats. Do the research yourself. What I saw of his record was absolutely appalling and something I do not support in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. But people want me to call him a child offender when that part there's no conviction on yet. I've had wrongful charges and shit before. So that's why I don't sit here and just say, I'm going to accuse somebody based solely on a charge. Just like I say about PDF. He posts all these videos calling people chomos and child offenders and all that just because they were arrested. That doesn't make them a child offender just because they were arrested. How many people are cleared of that every year? Well, Taze, I don't care. I mean, Mars is a freaking idiot. We all know that. Hey, at least you weren't drinking while you were behind the wheel. I could be. But the bottom line is people want me to hate Lan Lee because of what her beliefs are that have nothing to do with me at all. They don't affect me in any way. They don't have anything to do with me. Her choice, I can tell her, I mean, I have told her that I think sometimes she believes things that she shouldn't. I've told her that before. Well, I could be, it doesn't matter if Paige was sober. The law says you cannot have an open container behind the wheel while you are driving. You cannot even have the keys in the ignition and have an open container. I believe in some states you can't even be sitting behind the wheel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, exactly, Pinder. It's illegal to drink while driving. She opened a drink and was driving while holding an alcoholic beverage. That is illegal. That is where she was wrong. Everybody knows you can have a drink at lunch, as long as it's at lunch, and then drive back to work or whatever and be perfectly sober. Everybody knows that. I'm not talking about you, I could be, though. There are many, you don't understand how many times I've been contacted by people saying, why do you let Lan Lee in your channel? Why do you make Lan Lee a mod? Why do you talk to Lan Lee? She did this, she did that, she did this, she did that. Now, most of that she did stuff, I've asked for proof on, and either I've been shown several different versions of it, or no proof at all, or it has absolutely nothing to do with me and I don't care. And then there's the whole News Now Houston stuff. Oh, she supports News Now Houston, blah, 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 blah. Again, has absolutely nothing to do with me. I can tell her I don't approve of it. I can tell her I think she needs to rethink her decisions. I can say that till I'm blue in the face. That doesn't make me right. Taze, it depends on if you're saying real auditors or just people that call themselves auditor. If you're going by real auditors, then absolutely I agree with you. Hey, Pinder, he was responding to me, too. You can't have them all to yourself. That's just mean. Oh, shut up, Mars. You're so desperate to blame Andrew for a statement he never frickin' made. Get over it. Grow up. I'm not comparing that at all, I could be. I don't know where you got that from. I'm not comparing the two. I was trying to hold two discussions at once. It's not exactly easy, but I try. I mean, I guess there's so many conversations going in the chat, I should just stop trying to butt in on them because I'm confusing myself and other people, apparently. So the bottom line is PDF's an idiot. What's... Now you're just really going to confuse me, Nevaeh. You just throw fish in the mix. Damn, woman. You know what? I have a turtle. So there. Or what is that clip with the kid? I like turtles. Wah, wah, wah. Go ahead, Mars. Keep crying. Dude, you are so desperate for attention, it's not even funny. Here, Mars, I'm going to let you in on a clue here, okay? You suck at trolling. You suck. You are horrible. You can't troll. Yeah, oh, deflecting this, fraud that, blah, 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 blah. Come on, dude. At least come up with something new to say. You've been saying the same shit literally for years. Come up with something new. Your big claim that, oh, well, I don't have to get a job because I have money because I bumped my head. And yet you somehow that makes you better than people that actually earn their money. Funny, because I can remember the Mars that was sitting there begging for money. Of course, you don't like when that's brought up. What, Nevaeh seen, but now you're going to throw fish in the mix. I mean, geez, at least say something relevant. Were the fish breaking any laws? Oh, there we go. Show the clips. Show the clips. That's funny because others have already shown the clips. I mean, how many times did San Joaquin... As much as I hate him, San Joaquin showed the clips. You just still mad that he took the channel back from you and destroyed your image. But of course, you deny that too, right? I think we should all go after Nevaeh's fish. Here we go. Show the clip of Andrew threatening her mother. Let's see it. Only been asking for it for, what, a month now or so since you started whining about it again? Yeah, well, my turtle's better, Pinder, so there. Hey, Bayou. My turtle's getting there. I mean, he's not huge, but he's growing. He's certainly larger than when he was, you know, my roommate found him. Of course you will. You'll show Andrew in court. Bring it to court. Take me to court. Blah, 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 blah. Same shit, different day. Oh, yep, I'm deflecting. Big old shield right here, bouncing it away. Bing. I'll take that tarantula, Steve. Well, tarantulas. Now there's a statement out of nowhere. I'm eating mac and cheese. Oh yeah, I know, Nevaeh. It's funny as hell, especially when everyone's like, what the hell? But I've got an American snapping turtle, and he's about, I'd say, well, by now he's at least 8 times the size he was as a hatchling when my roommate found him. I mean, he can eat a full-grown Madagascar hissing cockroach, a female, in 3 bites. Are you still talking, Mars? I mean, I'd do a poll and see if anybody cares, but I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. My upstairs neighbor, she makes some pretty good homemade mac and cheese. She made us some ham hocks and collard greens and stuff. It's not as good as my mother-in-law's, but it was still really good. My wife makes some really good collard greens and that too. She does ribs really good though, on the grill, and then homemade chicken soup, which I keep bugging her for. Well, that's cool, Steve. Yeah, Romero's probably, if his neck was fully extended, he's probably about 8 inches, but with neck retracted, he's about 6-ish. Oh, no, I didn't, Nevaeh. I didn't care. That's why I went live on my own. I mean, I listened for like 2 minutes on Andrew's restream, and it was, you know, Connie was just going over the same shit again. So, you know what? Pinder's probably the last person in the world that I would try to mess with. Just saying. Go ahead, Mars. Have fun. I've actually had training, and I still wouldn't mess with Steve. Not bad, Steve. I had peaked at 299, and I'm down to about... last I got weighed, it was 205. Oh, yeah, I know, Nevaeh. I threw it in there, and then I was like, well, I really don't want to talk to him, talk about him much after I went live, unless it's something really funny. But... you can pick on Steve's weight all you want. I bet you he could still beat your ass with one finger. Yeah, Steve, you know what? All I can say is I have my wife to thank for it. because it's because of her that I even started caring again. So, because I had literally hit the point where I just didn't care anymore. I'd be a lot skinnier, but I built a lot more muscle back because of the blacksmithing and that. But it took me a long time to lose the weight. Most of it was just dietary. Hi, look, it's our resident flat earther. Everybody say hi to HAM. I don't know who's a bigger lolcow, him or freaking Mars. I bet you he can catch you. Bet you not only catch you, beat the crap out of you. Taves, that's so... It's true, but messed up. Man, this freaking... I pulled out that lathe after we started talking about it and trying to get it started, but I guess I got the power cord set to the wrong voltage. It's just clicking at me. Oh yeah, that's it, Lou. Well, Mars. Yep, that's it. Yawn. Same crap, different day. No, I haven't heard of that one, Nevaeh. I was telling my wife about Supine, though. I'm like, you gotta hear her. You know, I told her about how Supine sang that Whitney Houston song for me so I could hear her voice, and holy crap. Couldn't believe how good she did it. Oh, my life is way better than yours, Mars. Way better. I actually have things like friends, and I got kids, and I got my wife I get to talk to and hang out with, and you got your dog and a van. A little bit of money in the bank that you're eventually going to run out with because you bumped your head. That's what you got. No, it wasn't, Landlady. It was funny. Wait, well, no, well, I've heard of a Valerie, but not a bot. I'm guessing she, the one you're referring to is Filipino or, thereabouts. The Valerie I heard of, I believe she was Australian. Always on YouTube. Yeah, sure I am. I'm on YouTube in the middle of the frickin' night because I don't sleep. But keep running with that. Come on, Mars, try harder. God. If you're going to sit here and whine, at least try harder. You see, I mean, I would love to I want to see Pinder's guitar making process in person. I've watched videos of people doing it, but I've never watched anybody like, pick the wood. I know it's got to be the right type of wood, the right type of grain structure, all that. And that's just something you really don't get from a video. Oh, Violet. Okay. Sorry, Nevaeh. You're right. Violet. That's it. Damn, I missed Violet and Valerie. How the hell did I do that? Jeez. Damn. Damn. That's so right and so wrong at the same time. That's funny. It's even funnier because it's true. I'm really surprised that Mars and Connie don't get along more. I mean, they're each other's type. Like, right to a T. I think they'd make the perfect couple. Hey, Mars, look, I'm e-begging. If anybody wants to donate, the damn Cash App thing's up in the corner. I try not to use Super Chats just because YouTube keeps so much of it. But, hey, whatever works. There you go, Mars. Look, I e-begged. You better bring it up now. Talk about it. One is not a Google moderator, dumbass. Yeah, 9 viewers now. It dropped down because we're just babbling. Not talking about anything specific. That's what's nice about it. It's not listening to frickin' Connie beg of her weed over and over again or any of that. It's a break from it. Don't get me wrong, I love sitting in Andrew's chat laughing at Connie. It's funny as hell. But every now and then it's fun to just bullshit. Well, Steve, make sure you include how you choose the wood. Because I know that's an important process in instrument making. So, it would really, I'd like to understand how you choose the wood. How you choose the grain structure. How does it affect the sound? Conspiracy is an awesome guitarist, Steve. You know what, Conspiracy? You're not allowed to get one of Steve's guitars until you get one of my blades, damn it. I was first. See, that's the fun part about this, Mars. I don't care how many people are watching. This was literally a random live stream that says, you know what? If people want to come watch, great. If not, I don't care. I could really start screaming and yelling and have, 5 other people on the panel yelling about something and attract 100 people for drama. But I don't care, right? I'm just streaming for the hell of it. Hey, Ed. Oh, that's interesting, Steve. I've seen a few of those. Never, not in person. I've seen videos. Yeah, X, but it's... I don't know how to explain it. It's different because I know him. I can ask him questions, It's not... I could watch a million videos till I'm blue in the face. But I like to ask questions and stuff, so because I know Steve, I could just say, hey, you did this because, and get an answer. So to me, that's a little more valuable than just watching a video, It's kind of like with making a blade. How do I choose the steel? How do I know what steel will work for the blade I'm making? How do I contour the bevels the way I do? Why do I contour them the way I do? What kind of edge do I put on it? You know, there's a lot of factors that go into making a guitar, just like there is a blade. You know, I don't just grab a piece of steel and start hammering on it. It's not like... There's so many freaking YouTube videos of people that just go to a junkyard and grab any random piece of steel and say, I'm going to make a katana. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make that. You know, real blacksmiths, they don't sell blades like that. Because you have no idea what that steel has been through. It can look great, but you don't know what it's been through. Like leaf springs and coil springs especially. They're high carbon, yeah. But you don't know what that steel has been through. So I would never use junkyard steel for a customer blade. Yeah, ex-bootlicker. Leaf springs are a 5160 high carbon steel. It's a great steel. But you don't, if you're getting a rusty leaf spring from the junkyard, you don't really know what that leaf spring has been through. How old is it? How many times has it flexed? You know, what kind of hot and cold has it been exposed to? All of these things factor into the steel. Nah, Bayou Bandit, I can't do that. The blacksmith I learned from was on there, and he told me about it, and I couldn't handle the heat or the speed of it. Like, I've got health issues that prevent me from just hammering for, 10 hours straight. I have to do it in waves. But yeah, Steve, if you want. I mean, I would love to get on that show, don't get me wrong, just to see if I could challenge myself, but I know I couldn't do it. You know, he told me it was like 130 degrees in there, hotter by the forges. I couldn't handle that heat, especially not for that many hours. He didn't win. He went out in the second round because he missed a parameter. But, when you're rushing, he said that's the one thing you don't anticipate is the speed. They rush right through. They're so fast paced in there that you miss things. The guy's been a blacksmith most of his life, and he still missed the parameter. And this is a guy who sells his blades for no less than 10 grand. Tase. But yeah, I mean, if you guys watch these videos with, like I said, pulling any random junkyard steel, the first thing you have to realize, no blacksmith will use a regular steel for a customer blade or for a blade they intend to use. Because it has to be certain types of steel for it to be hardenable. If you can't give it a hard edge, it's not going to last you. Yeah, see, X, I couldn't do that anymore. When I used to do demolition and asbestos removal, that shit was hot. Especially the asbestos removal, because we had to wear all the gear. But I couldn't do that anymore. Even now, like my forge, I use it outside. I mean, I would love to have a shop, don't get me wrong, even a small one. But right now, using it outside, the only thing that sucks is it's in direct sunlight where I have to do it. So if I'm standing in front of a 2800 degree forge and it's blasting sunlight on me, it sucks, man. But yeah, I mean, I take my time. I warn customers ahead of time. I'm like, look, I don't rush my work. I don't. That's why I'm not getting rich off of it. I scrape by, but you know what? I still scrape by. But I take my time, and I want to put the best craftsmanship into it that I can. You know, I mean, all of my finish work, all the detail work, it's all done by hand. I don't use any machines. Damn, dude, 7? 7 attachments. Oh, wow. Steve, that is beautiful. Holy crap. I love that you incorporate the Texas emblem in it, man. That's awesome. Holy cow. Conspiracy Media, man. Yeah. You better save your pennies. You got a knife and a guitar to buy? Steve, if you don't mind me asking, can you give me like a rough guesstimate of what something like that goes for? You don't have to say exact. I'm just curious. Yeah, John, we all know what your art is. Hot pocket art. You know, especially masks. John, do you know that PDF's coming after you, right? He's going to shut you down and put you in federal prison. You know that, right? I mean, hell, I'm going to federal prison just because I hang out in AC's channel. It's going to suck. I'll miss you guys. No, Nevaeh. Jamie loves his food. That man, every time I see him on anybody's panel, he's eating. I thought tonic was bad. Jamie's always eating. Yeah, I know, Bayou. I think I'm looking at like 6 minutes, like 6 to 10. You know, association with a porn bomber, that's like a serious offense. I mean, 10 minutes tops, though. I'm pretty sure that's the max. I know, Steve. I was just saying how beautiful they are. That freaking guitar is gorgeous. I completely forgot I was going to post the link, and I guess might as well forget about it now. I'm not going to stay up much longer. See, I mean, you know what, Steve? That's the funny thing is I personally have never seen Fixa do it. I know he has. I've just never seen him do it. But, like, PDF keeps blaming AC, and the funny thing is AC hasn't done it in a long time. Do I support repeated harassment of women? No. But of course you're going to try to say I do. That's why you didn't even bother waiting for an answer. Because you're an idiot. But thanks for showing up. That's so stupid. Hell, if I supported harassing of women, my wife would have killed me a long time ago. Oh, I know, Nevaeh. I agree. That's right, though, Bayou, man. 6 to 10 minutes. That's like... The sentences have gotten steep. I mean, I'm looking at like 10 minutes behind bars because I know AC. AC's looking at like 25 to 30 minutes for it. Man, I didn't realize that fan was loud like that. I'm looking at the meter, the audio meter. Sorry, guys. It's unavoidable. I'm humid in here. Well, this was entertaining. I mean, shit. Like I said, it was a random freaking stream. I just said, what the hell, and went live, and didn't expect anybody to show up, really, because I knew Andrew had just went live, and people like to laugh at Connie. Oh, geez, Cheeky, what was he doing this time? It had to be showing somebody else's video. That's what he's always getting. I've never seen more people get hit for TOS than him for using other people's videos. I'm dry begging now. No, I flat out said my Cash App's right there in the corner. I don't think that's dry begging. Well, that's cool, Pinder. I mean, I know what it's like, dude. Finding commissions is hard. I mean, I've got a few things I'm working on now, but as soon as I'm done with them, that's it. I don't have anything else lined up yet. Back before COVID started, I was getting a lot more work. Come on, I mean, like, why do I get all the shitty trolls? I mean, look at this. Oh, no. You missed, my icon is right there, man. That's some beautiful work. That in itself has got to be worth $10, $15 donations each. I put a lot of work into that icon, 4 years ago. Why don't you come back with your real name? Stop hiding behind a sock account. Come on. Show us all how big and bad you are. Steve, I still wish I could get my hands on just a little bit of frickin' ebony. It's just so expensive now. Especially, the older it is, the more expensive it is. Holy crap. Dox you're the one hiding behind a sock account. Come in under your real account, you whiner. Yeah, Steve, but, that one was before I got the stuff I have. I gotta finish what I'm working on because obviously I gotta do pay for projects first. But I'll get you a new one hammered out. Maybe I'll stream that one. But like I said, it's such a long process. People don't realize how many hours it takes. So, doing a blacksmith stream where I'm standing out there sweating my ass off hammering on steel, that's hours of work. Most people don't want to sit in a live stream that long and watch it. Maybe I'll get it like halfway done or something and then do the stream. Yeah, I've got a little bit of I've got some Purple Heart, but it's not not as old as the pieces you had given me. Um, I've got some ash, a little bit of walnut. I've got some resin panels I made. Taze, you're such a... I just caught that. Begging you. Yeah, I'm begging you by saying you're a wuss. Yep, begging you. Here we go, guys. God, these people are so sad. Somebody get me some real trolls. I mean, for crying out loud, I got Swammy. I got Tammy Lili. I got freaking Salty Nuts. I got Mars. I got Connie. Give me some real trolls. Bayou. I mean, you know, the worst one is Swammy. That's got to be the worst troll there is. Oh, wannabe troll. He's not even a troll. He's a wannabe troll. Like, Dirty Floors Swammy. I still want to make my sword, though. But I keep putting it off because I only have the one piece of steel for my sword. I've been waiting a long time to make this sword for myself. And it's like one of those, I'm like afraid of it in a way, because I don't want to ruin the steel, you know. People don't, you know, that's another thing people don't realize is just how easy it is to mess up a blade. You know, if you don't temper it right, you don't thermal cycle it right, you don't do something right, you ruin that steel. And I've been wanting to make myself a sword for a long time. The one I did make myself a long time ago, I sold. But I've gotten better since. So I would like to make myself one, but that's a lot of work, a lot of propane, a lot of hours. And then, yeah, I'd have to make a custom freaking quenching tank for it. The one I use is just a 5-gallon bucket. You can't fit a sword in that. I mean, the Bowie I made Steve came out alright, but I definitely want to make a new one for him. I remember they weren't even going to let me ship it to him originally. FedEx wanted me to dull in it. They didn't want to ship it sharp. So the way I got around it was I used hot glue on the cutting edge and sealed the cutting edge in hot glue. And they accepted it. They let me ship it. I was like, okay. That was easy. Yeah, cheeky, but the problem is the welding rods are mild steel. Lawnmower blades are a medium carbon, so you're adding mild steel, which is low carbon, to a medium carbon blade, and the heat alone ruins the temper and everything on the blade. So you basically just made it really easy to bend. I personally, I don't even do that. I just sharpen it. It's okay to keep taking metal off as long as you do it equally. As long as it's balanced. You can keep sharpening it, keep sharpening it, keep sharpening it, even if you go halfway through the width. As long as you're just sharpening, you're okay. But welding it, like, I mean, I've got an arc welder and a MIG welder, and both of them they get way too hot. So it just destroys the temper, it destroys the heat treatment, all that. That's how you tell the difference between a good lawnmower blade and a cheap lawnmower blade. If it chips, it's a better steel because it's a hardenable steel. It's chipping because it was hardened. If it bends, it's only mild steel, or it was never hardened. So it's cheaper steel, not nearly as good. It's going to go dull faster, all that. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the mower blades should always be balanced. I typically use a sewing needle, like a leather sewing needle, to test for balance on a blade, whether it's a knife or a mower blade. Well, I didn't know how long you've been welding for, Cheeky. You know how many weekend welders I meet on here that don't even know that? They don't know the difference between low and high carbon or any of that. I mean, I've been welding for, let's see, first time I ever started welding was when I started getting into off-roading. So I think I was 21 or 22 at the time. So that was about 21 years ago. I didn't start doing it really frequently, though, until about 10 years or so ago. I mean, personally, I prefer TIG, but I don't have a TIG welder, you know. I've just got your common 120 volt arc welder, 120 volt flux core MIG welder. They work. It's just if I'm doing like thick, like half-inch plate or something, I got to do multiple passes. I mean, I'm not a pro welder, but I mean, I'm good at what I do. We used to have a pro welder that was part of the auditing community, Crazy Carl. He did TIG welding on oil pipelines, and if you've been welding for 14 years, then you know that's like the ultimate welding job. But I don't know what happened to him, though. I heard it was drugs, I heard this, I heard that, but he disappeared. But yeah, he was doing oil pipeline welding in Texas, making a boatload of money. Oh, there we go again. Here we go. Come on. Did I say I do it for a living? Did I say my health would allow me to do it for a living? Duh. Hey, Glenn, what's up, man? Hey, Glenn, make fun of Steve. He's here. Steve Wilkos, not Pinder. I mean, hell, if it wasn't a health issue, I'd still be writing software for a living, making even more money than welders make. Well, if that's true, Taze, then hey, I'm glad for that. Yeah, I can't swing a hammer for 5 minutes. Guess that's, that's it, guys. I can only make knives 5 minutes at a time. Of course, the last time I did it, I spent like 3.5, 4 hours out there swinging in front of the forge, but can't do it for 5 minutes, guys. Like I said, I have shitty trolls. Pathetic. Okay, well, this has gotten extremely boring. I mean, I thought I might at least have a halfway decent troll in here I could play with. Nobody else has anything else they want to talk about. Well, like I said, Taze, if that's true, I hope the best for him. Okay, we're down to playground crap. Here we go. Look, Steve Wilkos, come back when you actually learn how to troll. Then we can play. Until then, I suggest finding the nearest playground and, maybe get your diaper changed before you go. And then just spend your time there for a while. I've literally seen better trolling on, Minecraft video replays my kids watch. See, I could do all that too, Cheeky, but I did it as normal everyday life in my own home, but I also, oh, look, guys, we have a pedophile in the room. Everybody say hi to Mouse the pedophile. But I did that as a handyman for a couple trailer parks for a while. You name it. Did it. Carpentry, welding, plumbing, you name it. Did it all. I actually enjoyed asbestos removal, though. It was just fun smashing shit all day. Didn't have to do anything else, just smash it all day. Poor little pedophile, he's all upset because 303 made him look like shit all over again. What is that, like 3 or 4 times now, Mouse? 303 put you in your place, made you look like an idiot? Called the cops lying to them? You tried to get him arrested lying about putting his hand on his gun? That was funny shit, man. The cops basically just were like, yeah, whatever, gave 303 his gun back, and that really pissed old Rexy off. I know, Spinder, it's sad. It's the same shit they've been saying for years. It's pathetic. Read the record. We read the record. You're a pedophile. Ta-da! Record read. Pedophile. That's you, Mouse. You raped a child. You are a pedophile. I mean, everybody else understands that. 303 is not going to jail, you dumbass. You are so pathetic. You've been threatening to throw people in jail for years. I'm still waiting. When are you throwing me in jail? Damn it, Bayou, don't. I was playing. Bayou taking away my fun, guys. I gotta one-up every... How the hell is one-upping Cheeky talking about being a handyman? Yeah, apparently that one-ups you, Cheeky, somehow. I don't know how, but apparently it does. Seriously, though, the rat has been threatening to throw me in jail for 4 or 5 years now. I'm still waiting. He has quite literally never won anything that has to do with anybody online. That's just how sad he is. Like, literally, nothing he has ever said was right. Ever. He doesn't know anything about law. He doesn't know anything about YouTube. You guys aren't blocked. He just deleted your message. So go ahead and keep trying to talk. It's funny as hell. Oh no, did you hide him? It's not showing it on my screen. Oh well, if they're hidden, they're hidden. I'm not gonna go unhide him. But poor Mouse, and he's like, same shit for years. Same exact shit. Now it's just 303. It's the same exact speech with a different name. Literally, same exact speech. I got that speech, Flathead got that speech, Flash in the Pan got that speech, Cheeky got that speech. We've all been given the same speech. I don't know, Cheeky. I mean, he's put on some serious weight since he got out. Holy shit, did you see him the other day? When he was out with that idiot Chili? I mean, Josh must have went up like 5 bra sizes in less than a month. I want to know what Banana Anna or whatever sees in him, because holy crap. Even if you put aside the fact that he robbed a kid with a weapon, or that he assaulted another girl, he's got bigger boobs than her. He's got it. I mean, I've never seen Banana Anna, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say he's got bigger boobs than her. I mean, if I had bigger boobs than my wife, I'm pretty sure she'd say something about it. But of course, it would take me a long time to get bigger boobs than her. Bayou. Yep, I like big boobs. I won't deny it. You know, Cheeky, I think he came out bigger than he went in, though, because he spent the entire time hiding in his cell. I guarantee you, he hid in his cell the whole time. That's fine, Nevaeh, have fun. I was about to shut it down until the pedophile popped in here and tried to talk shit. Of course, he's still threatening to put people in jail. But seriously, I bet anything, when Josh was in prison, he never left his cell. There ain't no way in hell that little bitch boy went out into general pop. No way. He's probably mad because Bayou timed him out in here, Steve. You ain't miss shit, Slacker. I mean, it was just one of those streams. It was a random stream. Nothing specific, really. Other than, you know, Mouse, the pedophile, was just in here for a minute. Other than that, though, it's just been one of those boring, everyday streams. Probably a lot more fun than Andrew's stream. Damn, it's going on 4 o'clock already? Holy crap. Maybe I'll throw together a more organized stream. Set up some guests and shit, you know. But like I said, this really was just a random, hey, I'll go live. Why not, you know? I'm gonna get on Game Over's ass, though, about whipping me up some kind of cool little commercial or something. If you guys haven't gone over to, well, it's GO2 now, but if you haven't gone to his channel, man, he just released a new rap song last night. It was freaking amazing. Slacker, check out that on my community page, man. Look at the post I did last night for Game Over 2. He released a new rap song last night. Oh man, it is so good. You of all people will appreciate it. And the lyrics are in the description on his channel. Yeah, anybody really, now that I think about it, everybody. Go to my community page. It should be the most recent post is about GO2, Game Over 2, his most recent video. Give it a listen. Subscribe to him. Tell him I sent you. I mean, he does everything himself. He does the beats, he does the lyrics, he does all of it, man. It's freaking great. And you'll notice a little nod to me in the lyrics there. You'll see where he throws a B out there. That's what he calls me. He threw a little nod to me in there because I'm always messing with him about putting me in the AC and Asmar intro. And then watch his ponytails videos. If you want to laugh your ass off, watch his ponytails videos. They are so funny. And now he's got a new one out with PDF in it. It's great. I don't know if you saw that yet, Pinder, but it's the guy in my community page. He did a video, a little spoof he made with PDF and Yeet in it. Of course, anybody that knows Yeet knows he's got like the IQ of a turnip. You know, Cheeky, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron's running around with mouse too. Aaron's probably sitting in here, quote unquote, recording me. He says he's keeping a record of what I do. He's going to expose me. Mind you, nothing he's ever done has ever exposed me in any way, shape, or form. But he says he's exposed me. Anyways, like I said, it's 4 o'clock here. I've been up over 2 hours now, so I'm going to kill it. The next one will be more interesting. I'm going to set up some actual stuff to talk about, you know. Where the hell is my damn mouse cursor? You want to get annoyed, try tracking a mouse cursor on 4 monitors. Well, he thinks everything's tampering with evidence, Cheeky. Everything. You could delete your own freaking, you could delete your channel and he'd say that you deleted evidence, even though it's your channel. Everything's evidence to him. Just like Aaron. He records everything because he's keeping evidence. And everybody's a statist or a state witness or whatever. Some stupid bullshit. So... But anyways, appreciate y'all hanging out and shooting the breeze and just listening to me shoot the breeze. I'm sure Mars will be running around sitting there saying that I was begging. Ooh. Wayne will go and tell everybody I have a hearing problem because that's supposed to hurt my feelings. And PDF will tell everybody I use complete sentences and paragraphs. So I'm doomed. Alright guys, chat with